an accessory. It doesn't lower your speed if you equip it in your offhand. I don't think. I'll have to double check that. I'll check that after this battle, actually. One thing you might notice is that sometimes you can equip an item. You can equip the same items in multiple different slots. Some pieces of equipment can go in, say, your boot, your feet, or your accessory slots for like the Giga Giga Waka, or your offhand or an accessory. Some weapons can go in your offhand. One of the things you need to pay attention to for those situations is they don't give the same stat boosts in different slots. So we're just going to push our way to victory here. Tough hide. Alright, cool. And I'm not worried about gaining any levels, any more levels. The characters all learn all of their abilities by level 16, so I'm actually pretty close to the functional maximum. The max level in this game is 99, but that's one of those situations where that's an absurdly high level cap. Level 25 is overkill. Level 20 is overkill for the final boss of this game. So, like I said, be very picky about the equipment you carry over to the final chapter. None of the equipment on your secondary party members carries over. It's only what your main character has. That might be a slight spoiler, but it's actually very important. So... I was hoping that'd be enough to kill that top guy. So, we'll do this. Ow! That actually kind of hurt. I meant to use Gori's regular attack there, but this game has, like, cursor memory on by default, so... And I don't think there's any way to turn it off. Let's show, Zadogerdane. So it's got slight range. It does have a charge time. One of the interesting things about it is it doesn't seem to use any of the stats. However, if you miss, you take damage. But it does pretty good damage, and it's a very reliable way to have Pogo doing something, especially if you load him up on power, which his ultimate move, his level 16 move, uses his power stat exclusively, and it raises the damage of it through the roof. So, but when you use it, Pogo suffers massive stat drops. It shuts his stats down into the poo-poo. So, a really good strategy if you want to have Pogo use that move is run up, have him just basically blow his load with Dogedogeston, and then switch to Zadogerdane, or however you want to pronounce that, as kind of a backup. And he'll still do good damage, but he won't be able to match the amount of damage that he put out in that first turn. He's really good for battles where you've got one really dangerous enemy that he can one-shot with his level 16 move. show you this. The danger, of course, of using this move right here is that it does have a charge time, and that means it can be interrupted. If anyone moves you, stuns you, does anything to like upset your delicate little disposition, you stop charging, and it's annoying. We're gonna pass this. I don't think any of these birds have anything that actually can cause you to move, so I'm just gonna. Got me a big stick. Time to walk softly. I think I've made that joke already. Anyway. So now that we're done there, we're just going to calmly walk. And go save our love interest after having turned around at the literal final gate of the scenario and went and killed a super boss and got a cola bottle. And rock, we got a rock from an alien too. Oh, one more time. Fire. Fire hot. This fire is also hot. So this is, like I said, among the longest scenario in the game. So, just to give you a baseline, all the other scenarios are going to be about this length or shorter. Some of them much, much shorter. Like, one of the scenarios literally takes like 20 minutes to beat. So this right here is what they wanted Belle for. They were going to use her as a human sacrifice. And there was a sound. Pogo coming in like a boss. Pogo's tired of your shit. He's so fabulous. Okay, so let's just take him on, man. You and me. One last time. I haven't shown rub sticks off, so let's show that off. So rub sticks does really random damage. It actually has pretty good damage. But the damage is really wide. So that was up in the higher levels of what it can do. Zaki here doesn't have like the highest of defense, so. And that was Gotcha. Gotcha is actually a really good healing, like self-healing move if you've gone all intellect. What? Oh, that's not good. Oh, God. Gori and his Looney Tunes self. So the bones on the ground here, this is not good. Well then. I appreciate the fact that there are no dinosaurs in this, and it's also very interesting to me that you have one, that these cavemen were worshipping this T-Rex, which this is it, as a god. So, Zaki joins our party for this battle. I want to point out that you're going to hear some very weird... This game has a very complicated... has very complicated sound effects that I've noticed that every emulator plays differently. So if you watch another LP, some of the sound effects are going to sound different than they do on this emulator, because I'm using the latest version of SNES 9X. It's going to sound different than if I were using ZSNES or some of the other ones. So most of these moves I have absolutely no idea what they do. We'll use Baratank. Hopefully, she's gonna die. No? No, she's not. See how I missed and took damage because I knocked him out of the way? Okay, she did. So, I was hoping to use LaaLaa there. Let's see. She's a giant meaty bone. Let's use another giant meaty bone. I keep doing this all day, man. Well, it looks like she's not going. I'm not going to get to use LaaLaa here. Let's use this again, see if I can't knock him back. Cool. Got one giant meaty bone left. I want to use LaaLaa because it's hilarious. Or LaaLaa, excuse me. This boss is not very hard. I would like to point out that his name was ODO. That's plot relevant if you've never played this game before. Yeah, I just did 400 points of damage. Butt bash. Ow. So, just a quick little rundown there. He has... Let's see. He has 992 hit points. So, the King Mammoth has the same amount of hit points, actually. Thankfully, he's not as difficult as the King Mammoth. And that ends the Prehistoric chapter of Contact. Cheeky monkey. We have Zaki and his gang. Poor old man. I mean, he did banish us. So, I mean, you know. But, like I said, this is my favorite chapter in the game. I think this is a really good chapter to start off on. It showcases the pretty much everything about the game mechanically, and it's not too difficult. I like to think that that's like they're eating Odio there. Tap dancing on the corpse of your enemy. I need to look up and see if each one of the chapters had a different director. I know, like I said, I know they had different like concept artists, but I don't know if they had different directors. Love! It's the only spoken word in the entire... That's a really good way to end the comedy chapter right there. So, hopefully you can see kind of with that right there. I tried to start off with my favorite chapter so I could have the most enthusiasm and try to come off strong and sell the game to you. So next time we're going to be doing the Kung Fu chapter. So I'll see you then.